at the Selhurst Park on Saturday, it was the reigning champions. Of course, they traveled there to take on the Eagles. The game ended in a 2-2. Yes, after the win that Manchester City got against Nottingham Forest, they were like, yes, this is the spark. I remember vividly Kanute saying they need a win to bring out the spark out in Manchester City. And of course, they won Nottingham Forest convincingly. Coming to the Selhurst Park, it became they went back to the first set. Of course, they were unable to get the desired win. The game ended in a 2-2 draw. Can you talking about Manchester City getting a spark? Of course, they got the spark against Nottingham Forest, but the spark it quenched very much earlier.
I wouldn't say it quenched. Getting a 2-2 draw at Crystal Palace, normally on a normal day, if they wouldn't have won that, and if they would have gotten their first win against Nottingham Forest, they would have lost against Crystal Palace. On a normal day, when Manchester City are in form, they usually struggle. It's not an easy place to go. Struggle at the Selhurst Park. They struggle. Even the manager, Guardiola, admitted it that there's a difficult place to Bernardo Silva, the difficult place to come. So it won't be an easy ride. So I think the result to them, it was a disappointing result after the win they had midweek. But getting to Crystal Palace, a Crystal Palace side that is coming terms to. They are trying to get back to their feet, and they won't even lie down. They are a difficult side to play. They always want to make it harder for you. Even Liverpool this season got when they got away with a 1-0 slender win this season at Selhurst Park. Talk of Tottenham. They lost there as expected. So I think Man City definitely know it was a tough match, although it was a disappointing result for them. But they will accept that draw because it's not easy to go to Selhurst Park and dominate or get 3 points even when you are informed.
It's not about irrespective of the result, they were unable to get the desired 3 points. Would you say there were signs of positivity that Manchester City could definitely get a better after this very game?
I don't think there's anything Manchester City, because Manchester City, okay, let me come this way. If Manchester City were informed, the Manchester City that we knew last season, but Crystal Palace they're not a match for Manchester City.
Don't forget, Crystal Palace, they are struggling in this campaign.
They are struggling as well. So Manchester City are also struggling. So Manchester City are not. That's just the basic thing about the whole thing. The truth about the whole matter is that Manchester City are not informed. If they are informed, they will go to Selhurst Park and bury Crystal Palace. So it's not a big deal. If they are informed, they will do that. Crystal Palace, of course, we know how they've been struggling lately in the league, and they're coming to play Manchester City. Even an informed Manchester City will defeat them at Crystal Palace.
Erling Haaland got on the score sheet in that very game. Does that boost his momentum after too many games that he has finally difficult to put the ball at the back of the net?
I don't think that would really happen because they are not informed generally. Because one would thought, okay, after that win against Nottingham Forest, one would thought, okay, coming into the next game, they will be able to do that. And playing the team that are struggling, that are not playing so well, you would think, okay, they are going to maybe annihilate Crystal Palace. But if that was the case, it was like Crystal Palace were doing the job because they scored first, they equalized, they scored again. And Manchester City, like they were the one begging for draw and all that. So I think Haaland scoring for a while now, he has not scored, and he managed to put one behind the net. If that would really boost, I don't think that will happen because they're not playing so well. They're not doing good at all.
The Milan Canute getting a draw against a struggling Manchester City side, Crystal Palace, time, would you say it was a good result? Because if you look at where they are currently, they are very much closer to the drop zone. Crystal Palace, after 15 games played, they have amassed just a 13 point. Would you say it was a good result getting a 2-2 draw against the reigning champions?
Yes, if they have offered Crystal Palace manager and the Crystal Palace fans a draw before that game, they would have accepted taking that draw.
Despite the fact that Manchester City are currently struggling in the league?
Yeah, exactly. Despite that fact.
Don't think this is the time to pounce on them, take advantage of their struggles and get that. It was at the Selhurst Park.
Even they are struggling, they still have quality players there. You could see that they still have players there who can actually still hurt you whether they are struggling or not. If you don't do your business, you will still lose to the side that you think, okay, they are struggling. Nottingham Forest, they went to the Masters home and they couldn't perform. They lost. So I think it's a positive result for them. Yes, even the manager said they will accept the point, but he felt that they should probably they had chance to win. But Manchester City defended. They had a lot of block shots, and Manchester City also were threats going forward. So regardless of whether Manchester City form, if you check the record, going away to Selhurst Park for Manchester City are losing difficult. It has not been what they call a mauling. It has never been a mauling. They always find it difficult. Regardless of whether it's 2-0, it's always a tough match. So going there normally, even when they are from, it would have been difficult. Now when they are not, when they are struggling, coming from so many games without wins, and just only one win in so many amount of games, they will definitely also take the points.
Their next fixture is the Manchester derby. Struggling Manchester City, struggling Manchester United. Can Manchester City bounce back to winning ways? Can United find their mojo back in that very fixture? Can you take quickly?
Uh, I think at the City Stadium, the City Ground.
Etihad.
Yeah, Etihad, and wow, I think it's a match that I think it's on Sunday. I think there's still a lot of time. They have European football to look at, but the two sides are currently are not in their strongest form, exactly their best. But I think probably they have a couple of players that are coming back. Like De Bruyne played almost a full game for the first time. The likes of Doku coming back, and for Manchester United, they are trying to get their hands together. So it will be it will be a good game. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, unfortunately, Manchester City, the reigning champions, despite the fact that they got the win against the Nottingham Forest, of course, fans expected them to build on that momentum and continue. But visiting the Selhurst Park, the reverse became the case. They were unable to get desired results. Who knows if the Manchester derby will be the team the game for Manchester United to bounce back to win ways, or for Manchester City to find their feet again. Of course, a big congratulations to Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park. According to Kanute, says a good result for them, getting a draw against the reigning champion.